Unfortunately, it's the offseason for the Minnesota Vikings, and the offseason, you look to remake the roster and try to suggest as many Lulu trades as possible. Now, making the rounds, Viking social media, there's a lot of speculation about the future of running back Dalvin Cook, and a lot of armchair GMs, I include myself, but not in this case, but a lot of people seem to think that the Vikings could and should trade running back Dalvin Cook, preferably at least actually for a second round pick or better. Now, there's a lot of issues with this. A lot of issues with this. And I don't necessarily blame the people, because I think that they come from a fantasy football perspective and they're like, oh yeah, a running back who gets the most of the work. Obviously, he's going to be valuable, but it's not so much. In the National Football League, Dalvin's either going to be cut or take a pay cut this offseason. I highly doubt that there's going to be a trade, especially the way that Kwesi operates. Like, unless he can unload Dalvin on some unsuspecting team for like a 6th or 7th round pick, I don't see it happening. And also, I don't see Dalvin being back at $10.4 million next year, especially since the Vikings do have leverage. There's no guaranteed money left in the deal, and the Vikings can free up around $8 million in space by moving on from Dalvin. And, just from the analytics perspective, paying a running back late into his career, especially when Dalvin's going to be 28 next year, it doesn't compute. And also, just in general, like, haven't us Vikings fans learned that it's probably bad business in a quarterback and passing league to overpay a aging running back? It's kind of weird. Oh, hey, Teddy. What's going on? And everyone takes it back to the McCaffrey trade. It's like, oh, well, the Niners gave up a 2, 3, 4, and a future 5th for McCaffrey. So, I mean, Dalvin's at least worth a 2. A lot of things going on there. Number one, McCaffrey, when they're both healthy, McCaffrey's a better player. Well, let's just be honest there. And number two, McCaffrey is 26, so he's 2 years younger. Number three, John Lynch was desperate, man. Like, it was up at the trade deadline, and it was before the trade deadline. But the Panthers had all the leverage there. Like, they could just walk away. They could retain McCaffrey. They could wait and trade him to a different team at the deadline. So they'd really turn the screws on John Lynch, because they needed him. Because the Niners sort of struggled in the first part of the season. Also, they lost Elijah Mitchell. So making this McCaffrey deal happen, I mean, John Lynch went all in. He said F them picks, so gave up 2, 3, 4 and a future 5th. And also, props to Fritterer for getting this done for the Panthers. This was a hell of a get, especially getting McCaffrey's stupid ass contract off the books. And Dalvin, respect. He made his 4th straight Pro Bowl, ran for 1,173 yards, 6th most in the NFL, slightly above Justin Fields. Also had 296 through the air, and he still made some big time plays. I mean, the long run against Buffalo got things going. He had a long one against Miami, broke that screen against the Colts. So, I mean, Dalvin still obviously has some football left in him, but is it going to be $10.4 million worth of football? I don't think it is. I don't think that syncs up with what Kwesi wants to do. What more syncs up with the modern NFL is just picking up a mid or late round running back, or even a UDFA, because you look at the rookie running back production this season and where they're drafted. So Kenneth Walker, 1,281 yards from scrimmage, 2nd round. Tyler Algier from the Falcons. Now, he wasn't even starting at the beginning of the season, because it was Cordero Patterson, but Cordero got hurt and Tyler went in there, and he racked up and stacked up 1,174 yards as a 5th round pick. That's fantastic. Damon Pierce with the Texans, 4th rounder, 1,104 total yards. Isaiah Pacheco doing fantastic things with the Chiefs. And also, he's splitting carries in the backfield with Jerick McKinnon and others. But 7th round pick out of Rutgers, absolute bowling ball, doing some great things as a runner, as a receiver, as well as in the return game. And that's what you get. And then you just see a bunch of the other ones of guys, day 2 or UDFAs contributing. And also remember, the Vikings that do have a 5th round running back named Ty Chandler. Woo, perhaps you've heard of him. Baby Alvin Kamara, who was probably going to get more run next season. So I absolutely love me some Dalvin Cook, but I just don't see him being back in purple next year, absent a massive pay cut. And even then, like, would Kwesi actually want Dalvin back at $4 or $5 million per year? I kind of doubt it. And would Dalvin want to be back at that? I don't know. So it could be a spot where King Kene is going to get an opportunity, or Ty Chandler is going to get an opportunity, or rookie running back TBD is going to be plug and play in this spot. But I do think that, unfortunately, the business is the business. The NFL is a young man's game, and the running back position is definitely a young man's position. And Dalvin, God love him, like I said, 4 straight Pro Bowls, is going to be 28 next year. And he pretty clearly took a step back this season. So, I don't know. He's not going to be back at 10.4. I doubt that he's going to be back at all. And I don't think that there really is a trade market for him, given the parameters, because the entire league sees running backs basically the same way. So I think that the Vikings will just end up cutting Dalvin Cook this offseason. And it sucks, but the business is the business. Anyways, your thoughts are thoughts. No one's trading for Dalvin Cook, despite what social media thinks. Let us know your thoughts and our thoughts in the comment section below. Subscribe for daily Vikings takes. Want to support the work? Put a little something in the Venmo. But till next time, Skol, production value.